What's up, beautiful geeks? Welcome to the iGeek Soccer review video, and today we are going to be talking about this guy. This is the Puma King Platinum. We're gonna unbox it and talk about it in detail. If you're new here, I do videos like this all the time, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications so you don't miss a thing. If you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you have any question, make sure you hit the comment box below. I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. I'm gonna stop talking now so I can roll the intro clips so we can get started. Okay guys, so let's talk about what comes in the box first before we get into a detailed review of the boots. The box is pretty plain. It's just kind of like a gray box with a king call out right here. Return of the king call out right there, and then the Puma cat call out there. But apart from that, nothing really special. In the box, you have, ooh, that was a good catch. You have this guy right here. I kind of highlight some of the main feature of the shoes. Pretty cool. And then you have the return of the king call out there, which is in white. Pretty cool stuff there, and pretty nicely drawn. Is this drawn? If this is drawn, it looks like it was drawn. It's pretty nicely drawn boots. The boots, the king boots there. I like it. Looks pretty nice. I'm happy to include that in there. I can just show you guys this and call it a day. But they have that in there. It does come with a string bag. Pretty nice string bag. Pretty thick. I keep dropping everything today. Pretty nice string bag. Pretty thick, pretty nice. It has holes, like a bunch of holes in like a net string bag, but pretty nice. I like it. It's pretty nice when these boots come with a string bag because they are pretty expensive. So it's always nice when they come with a string bag. And then you have one pair of boots, of course. The boots itself, you have this guy right here, boots number 1, and then you have boot number 2 here. Oh, really nice, huh? Pretty nice. I love black, all black colorway, so we're gonna talk about that. But apart from that, that's pretty much all that comes in the box. Looks, oh, that's weird. It looks like there's something underneath, like another layer or something like that, but that's just the bottom of the box. But yeah, that's pretty much all that comes in the box. You have one pair of shoes, this guy, you have a string bag, this guy, and then you have this drawing and the highlights of the main feature of the shoes. So now let's get into a detailed review of the boots. Okay guys, so before we get into a detailed review of the boots, let's first talk colorway. Let's talk about the colorway. Oh, I love this colorway. I love all black boots, and this is no exception. It's plain, it's simple, it's black, and it looks great. You have all black going on there with a call out of every now and then you will see a white call out there. Like for example, the king call out here is in white. The Puma cat call out there is in white. Inside, the Puma cat call out and the inside of the boot is in white. As far as white go, that's pretty much all the white you get on the boots, but the rest of it is just black and then kind of a silver, dark silver-ish color. So the upper of the shoes is just pretty much black. The black, it's like different variation of black. You have like this leather, the leather part here is black. You have the knitted tongue, which is black, but kind of like a darker black. You have the outsole, which is also kind of a black, but you have kind of like this really dark kind of, you know, a little shiny-ish black. And then you have the same kind of concept here, which is just a little bit shiny on the heel part here, which is also in black. So as far as the boot go, as far as colorway go, it's a simple colorway. The lace is in black, and then you have kind of like this glitter stuff going on all on the upper of the shoes here. The king call out on the tip of the lace is in white. But that's pretty much all you get for it. And in this section right here, this where the tongue is and where the lace is connected, it's kind of like blackish kind of line, this little guy right here, like kind of like a it almost seems like a synthetic material here, but it's also in black, but it's a little bit shinier than the rest of the boots. But as far as the colorway go, that's pretty much all you get for it. So let's talk about the upper. Before we get into that, this is one of the things that I love about this boot. First of all, I'm a huge fan of this boot. The simplicity of it, the beauty of it, it's just so, it's so reminiscent of the old school look of the soccer boots that you used to like when you were growing up. I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, it just had that look and feel to it, to the older kings. So I really love it. I love the way it looks. I love the fact that it's simple. I'm a huge fan of this boot. So let's talk upper. The upper of the boot is kangaroo leather. Again, very simple, nothing too fancy. You have all kangaroo leather on the upper of the shoes. It has really nice pushback to it. But one of the things that you notice about the upper is like if you come front here on the forefront of the shoes here, you're gonna see a little bit of kind of like a 3D effect. Like a little bit of like bumps, like lines of bumps here coming out a little bit, giving it that 3D effect look there, or that 3D design look on the forefront of the shoes. Another thing that I noticed about the boot as well is like this forefront here. As you can see, it's a bit flat. The forefront of the boot is a bit flat, so it almost feels as if when you're kicking the ball, you can actually kick it, because we kick it here, but you can literally kick it on the forefront, like toe the hell out of it, like whoosh. And the boot would just like, this part of it would just hit the ball and then kind of give you that shot, that accurate shot. So let me bring it a little bit closer so you guys can take a look at it. You have like this flat forefront here, pretty nice. I love that about it. This is my first King. This is my first King boots. I don't have any other variation of King. This is my first King boot, so I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, you have that 3D upper here. You have the Puma cat, not the Puma cat, but the Puma call out here, and this is a little bit different. Even though the upper is leather, you have this kind of stitch or this material going on here, this stitch material going on here from here to kind of separate this Puma call out there from the rest of the leather. But inside of it, of course, is just leather, but the outline of it is kind of like this material going on there. Really nice. You have another separation here on the boots itself. You have this kind of stitch going on here, and I love that about this boot as well. Even though it's leather, even though the whole upper is leather, every here and there you can see like a little bit of stitch going on, like here for example, like here for example, like this stitch that I just talked about, or here, the separation here, that kind of really gives it that old school look, that gives it that really nice look, and I really love that. And I really love this boot. So as far as the upper go, the main part of the boot, that's pretty much all you get for it. You have a leather upper, all leather upper, with kind of this 3D-ish thing on the forefront here, and then this thing, this flatted forefront here. Now the tongue is a knitted tongue upper. It's very stretchy, very nice. It looks very simple. You have the King call out there. Let me see how far I can stretch it. It's very stretchy, so it's definitely gonna give you that one-piece upper feel that we've all come to love about our boots these days. So as far as the upper go, that's pretty much what you get for it. For the lace, you have like this two double-sided, double lacing thing going on there. One here, and the same is on the other side as well. As I said earlier, the lace itself is kind of like black, and then it has like this glittering stuff going on there. Really cool on that. And I mean, I really love this boot. I really love the way it looks. But as far as the upper go, that's pretty much all you get for it. So let's move into the inside of the boots. The inside of the boots, the heel area here, it's not too padded. The sock line is not too padded, but there's enough padding there, but it's not extremely padded, as you will see on some boots. And that's another thing as well. The boot is not the lightest boot that I've ever reviewed. It's not heavy at all. I wouldn't call it heavy, but you can feel that it has a little bit of weight to it. It's not super light. It has a little bit of weight to it, and you can feel it when you hold it in your hand. But you know, reducing things like the padding in the sock line here, you know, might have helped reduce it a little bit, because I feel like if they add too much to it, you know, it's a leather boot, it might start to get a little bit too heavy. And they've done a good job of keeping the weight at a very good size, I suppose, because it's not that heavy at all. It's heavy, you can feel it, but it's not too heavy. So as far as the inside go, you have a very not too padded sock line. The insole is removable. The insole is removable. The insole is adequately padded. It's not too padded, it's very thin. You have this design here, which we also saw in the Ultra as well. It's kind of like, whatever that is, like a little kind of weird design here. I'm assuming it's there for a reason. It lays somewhere in the inside of the boots that prevent it from moving around. But as far as the insole go, that's pretty much all you get for it. Nothing fancy there. You have the midsole. there. So as far as the inside of the boots go, guys, that's pretty much all you get for it. So now let's move away to the outsole of the boots. Sole is a little bit different. The outsole is the Puma call it the rapid speed outsole, and I'm not. Oh man, this is hard for me because I love this boot so much, but I'm not too impressed with the outsole itself. And that's not because of the design. You have kind of like a little bit of combination of like bladed and conical studs. You have conical studs here, conical studs here, conical studs, conical studs. You have bladed studs, conical studs. You have like a combination of bladed and conical studs. That's not the problem that I have with the boots. It's the outsole itself. It looks great. Design looks great. And again, it's always, as I say, they probably done their research to find out that this is kind of like the design that they need for this particular boots. You know, help you control, help you run, help you do all the things that you need to do on the field a little bit better. My problem with it is that it's stiff. It's very stiff. Even the forefront is not that flexible at all. As you can see, it's a little too stiff on the forefront. You hear that, right? It looks like it almost sounded like it's about to snap, but I was just bending it. Like, it's very stiff on the forefront of the boots. You can tell that too because you can see I'm like bending it and it's giving me a lot of resistance there on the forefront of the boots. Normally, the midsole is undoubtedly very stiff, like very, very stiff here. Normally, the forefront of the shoes is a little bit flexible to kind of give it that flexibility when you're running and pushing your front. And it is to a certain degree, to a certain level, it is a little bit flexible, but it's not as flexible as most boots. As a whole, this boot is amazing. I love the look, I love the feel, and we're gonna try it on in a minute and I'm gonna let you guys know how it feels. But the only downside for me personally, and this might not be a downside for a lot of you guys, some of you guys might like your boot this way, but for me, it's just that the outsole is not that flexible for me. It's just, that's the only thing. If it's one thing that I would take away, because I'm a huge fan of all black shoes, this colorway is just, I love it. But the outsole, I'm not a big fan of the outsole, not because of the design, not because of the layout, none of that. It's because it's just so stiff. As far as the boot go, guys, that's pretty much all you get for it. Let's give it a try, let's try it on, and let's see how it feels on our feet. Okay guys, so all in all, I love the way the boot feels. It feels pretty well. I'm gonna echo it one more time. I love the colorway of the boots. I've always loved all black boots, and this is no exception. The boots feel pretty well. One of the things to keep in mind though is the forefront of the boots. The front section feels a little bit fitted, meaning that it's just a little bit tighter. I don't want to say like too tight that it's impossible to bear, but it's just a little bit fitted in the rest of the boots. Also, one of the things that I noticed is that the forefront of the shoes, like the toe area, the shooting area, it's flat. You can tell that there's some sort of, I don't know if it was the way it was pressed against the box, I don't know if that's the design. It's just a little bit flat on the forefront of the boots, as you can see right there, and you can feel that a little bit. It's not an extreme, but you can feel it a little bit. That didn't take away anything for me. I still love the way the boot feels. I love the way it has this classic look to it. You can't go wrong with that, but as you can see, you have that little bit of like flatness on the forefront of the boots, which again, as I said, didn't take anything away from me, but it's just something worth mentioning. Again, all in all, great boots, feels well, walking around with it just feels right. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a boot for wide fitted people. Hopefully that makes sense. I wouldn't say it's a boot for wide-footed people, but I wouldn't say it's not either. It wouldn't be too tight if you're wide-footed, but it's not my #1 pick for the boots that I would recommend for wide-footed people. Great boots, feels well, look well. Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you do like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you have any question, hit the comment box below. I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. Just do keep in mind that I'm on YouTube once a week because I have a life. I'm just kidding. But I will try to answer it once a week when I get on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up. I will see you guys next week. And as always, do not forget to stay geeking. And peace.